Dearly beloved, we are here today to celebrate the life of this pair of running shoes. This pair of running shoes was a great pair of shoes that was respected by many and loved by one man. Do we have any last words?
Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. I would like to say a few words. I had many good times with this pair of running shoes. Like this one time, I went running in them. And this other time, I went running in them.
Hey dude, your new running shoes just came in.
Oh baby.
Welcome back to the Sneaker Bench. Due to daylight savings time, it is pitch black outside and we just got out of work. So this is gonna have to do for you guys. Quick aside, we just hit 100 subscribers, so thank you everybody who has subscribed so far. It's definitely a modest number, but at the same time, we really appreciate everybody who subscribed. And if you're watching for the first time, if you considered subscribing, we'd really appreciate it. So thank you to everybody who subscribed. But today, we're talking about the New Balance 1080 V13 new running shoe. I'm Spiro. Raj is on the camera. Sorry, I forgot to introduce. And what are we wearing on feet? Raj, what are you wearing on feet today?
I'm wearing the Onitsuka Tigers. We reviewed these in one of our very first ever videos. But I love these.
Very cool sneaker. I am wearing the Ronnie Fike Daytona 1600s. These are super cool. I really like them. One of my favorite Ronnie Fike sneakers ever. But today we're talking about these bad boys. I've already run in them, so to preface, I should have said earlier, I like to run. I am a runner, but this is not going to be a super technical running review. So if you're looking for that, you might want to check out a different video. We're going to be talking about how they perform, but also how they look. They came in just the regular red, like New Balance active wear. Like I think cleats come in this kind of box. All sorts of things come in this kind of box. So not a crazy box or anything like that. Here's the shoe. I get the right one. And this is the 1080 V13. We previously made a video on the 880 V13, which it was my old running shoe. And now we're looking at these guys. They just came out about a month ago, I want to say. Maybe a little bit less. And they're brand new and they look really darn cool. I have this gray whitish color with the neon green accents. Not too much neon green. There's this on the heel cup. There's neon green on the insole, and then you can see some neon green hints on this little lace lock right there. Also, heel cup is also on the other side, and just a little hit on the outsole rubber as well. Talking about just how they look, and then we'll get to the performance running part. The huge in, I love. Super cool. The midsole is a pretty chunky midsole, although it's not as crazy as some of the other Hoka type shoes are. And this is my first chunky midsole running sneaker to run in, so I thought this was probably a good entry point to try, so I don't try something super drastic right off the bat. And just touching on the overall knit pattern, it's very cool. You've got this kind of arrow point pattern, kind of reminiscent-ish of what was on like the Ultra Boost 1.0 kind of, which I and basically everybody else loved. And then you not only have a pattern in the knit, but it actually like is indented here, where you could see like these streaks, and they're streaks in color as well as in the actual knit. They go lower as like kind of a valley-ish effect, if that makes sense. You've got these cool little honeycomb type shapes coming up from the fresh foam midsole, and then on the back you've got this cool like very plush pull tab to put on your shoes, as well as just keep it from rubbing against your ankle on the inside. It's pretty cushioned. The outside, the medial side, right? You've got the smaller end, so it's different on the inside and the outside, which I think is always a cool touch. And you've got the same cool streak-like kind of almost, I don't know, fang-looking thing on the inside. Really cool looking. As children scream in the background. And then from the top down, the laces, always more important, I guess, in a running shoe because you want it to be locked down. You want your foot to be locked down while you're running. And it definitely gets you good lockdown while you're running. And cool just design aspect is this 3M, this gray line right here. I don't know if you can tell at all based on the light we're using, that this is all 3M as well, like on each side, as well as the big N is 3M. The tongue is also, it's got the New Balance Fresh Foam 1080 right there. This is the outsole. We kind of showed everything design-wise. Raj, what do you think?
As far as running shoes go, I really like this. The design is very, very cool. One of the things that I personally really appreciate, so I'm going to try to get this up just in the camera, but I really like how there's that cross-checking pattern right around the front of the toe. I just think that looks cool, and then it's also prevalent right there. I think when companies put a lot of effort into their knit materials as well as their knit patterns and kind of change it up, just from an aesthetic standpoint, it looks way cooler because it shows that they put more intention and they paid attention to a lot of the details when it comes to the aesthetic nature of the shoe. So I really like that. And then also there's a lot of cool colorways of this shoe, and I did go to the New Balance store about a week ago and saw these, as well as the other colorways. And this is, in my opinion, the best colorway that they have out right now.
There are definitely other cool colorways, but I do think this is a really cool colorway. And touching on something Raj was just saying about the knit pattern, this knit pattern is really cool, and for whatever reason, as sneakers became more knit-centric, to reduce weight and also just like be more sustainable and whatnot, knit hasn't really been used to tell many stories, which I'm curious to see in the future how, knit is maybe, instead of just being a pattern, you're supposed to look like something, or tell more of a story versus just being an arrow or a fang like thing. This is very cool, but I'm curious to see if that changes, kind of like a quilt type vibe. Like, what if we get a quilt type looking shoe where there's like different aspects of the knit that are supposed to suggest some sort of story that either the designer or collaborator is kind of working on. I think that'd be cool, but that's just an aside.
I agree. I mean, that would be very cool. Did they fit true to size?
Oh, I'd say they fit true to size. I also have the wide version. I have a size 11 in wide because I do have a wide foot. I'd say they fit true to size. I can't, of course, speak directly on the non-wide version, but I do think they fit true to size. Just touching on the performance aspect now. Like I said, this is my first sneaker that I'm running in that has a chunkier midsole, so it was definitely something new for me. And it's definitely very soft, much softer than any shoe I've ever run in. And I remember when people first got like Ultra Boost for the first time running in those, they were like, oh, it's like a cloud. This was like that too, because I could really feel my foot compress while I was running in it. You could feel your front of your toes going down into the shoe. Not in a way that's distracting or anything, but it was definitely noticeable and definitely comfy. I have not gone in a super long run in these yet. The farthest I've gone is 4-ish miles, which is not, crazy for testing a running shoe, I guess. But they hold up. They were very comfy. The only thing I would say comfort-wise is I did get a blister on my foot. I think the fourth time I ran in them, like right here. I don't know if you can see where I'm putting it. Like right on the inside of the arch of my foot, which is a weird spot to get a blister, but I got that, and overall I think they're very comfy.
Have you gotten blisters before in other running shoes?
I don't think so, but
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not saying that to knock on this. I'm just pointing it out that did happen. I'm sorry that performance part was not like the most technical, but I think they're very comfy. I like the way they look, and so far they've been very enjoyable to run in. I personally, as someone who doesn't know all the very, very technical like runner type lingo, I would say that I usually consider a running sneaker to be good when I don't notice it, and I don't notice these very much. So that's why it's hard for me to gather what to say, but that's a good thing, because if I don't notice it, that means there's not problems, and I'm enjoying my run versus thinking about the shoe I'm wearing. As people say, it's an extension of my leg and foot while I'm running in it, and I think that's the best way to put it. Other than that, that's all I got about these.
Cool. I mean, yeah. I don't have any other. Obviously, I haven't run in these because these aren't mine. But yeah. Subscribe, like this video. Let us know if there's any other questions you have about the shoe or want us to do any videos in the future. And
Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Peace.
Peace.